FPManagers, Finger Puppet Management TV Show by Anissa Hazaj, Chloe Hayes, Jacinda Pensina, Joseph Haran, Paulius Lucas, and Sarah Rivera. This 7-episode miniseries follows our characters through managerial decision-making and organizational change. We apply management concepts at our school, FPM Elementary, a scene familiar to our target market, students of all ages. It's not just the students who will feel the effects of change. FPM Elementary School is losing funding for not achieving the math scores that are considered on par with the rest of the county. The students are uncooperative, lazy, and disruptive. Jane, the principal, has the role of top management. With her conceptual skills, she attempts to lead the school in the direction she determines is best. The teachers work as mid and lower level managers in the hopes of aiding Jane reach the goals she has set for the school. The teachers and school administrators must use the classical decision-making model to identify the best teaching method available. The teachers need to understand and translate the principal's goals and visions into an action plan, while keeping everyone on the same page and not sacrificing their integrity. Are the teachers willing and able to adapt? Will they get their school's math test scores up? Our cast includes Jane Williams, the principal, at the top. At the beginning of the series, she is reserved in meetings, often leading to her ideas being overlooked. But as the series progresses, we see that she is a good listener, understanding, and kind. She also has a high drive to complete objectives, high motivation to lead and influence the students, and is genuinely interested in seeing everyone excel. We watch her develop into an outstanding manager and leader. Next in the chain of command is David Jones, the vice principal. He is inflexible and has an autocratic management style. He holds all his authority in the school via coercive power, and he does not respond well to any unexpected issues or being questioned. He is clearly not a manager or a leader anyone would want to follow, and we see the repercussions of his actions as the show progresses. Kate Smith is the math chair and a teacher. She has a democratic teaching style and regularly involves her students in decision-making processes with regards to the classroom learning environment. She is always looking for ways to impress her superiors, even if it means that she has to make up reasons to be impressive. Tom Doe is a math teacher who is highly motivated to lead with a drive to accomplish goals. He is self-confident and could even be described as a charismatic leader. He offers a new perspective of how to engage the students. We watch the conflict and change his ideas bring about throughout the series. And it wouldn't be a school without the students. The math students of FPM Elementary are disinterested in lessons, have a low drive to complete objectives, and are easily confused. Are they just more interested in gossip and horseplay than their assignments? Or do the teachers need to adjust how they engage the students in class? We have chosen the subject matter of our series to revolve around a school environment because everyone who gets the chance to take this Principles of Management course has undergone or is currently undergoing some level of schooling. This fact makes the general concept of our Finger Puppet TV show, centered around an elementary school, relatable to much of the population. Our objective is to highlight the key role good management techniques can play in improving students' success in the classroom and thereby an entire school, and maybe even an entire society. Our show follows a cast of characters, including school administrators and teachers, as they face personal conflict, resource constraints, changes in methodology and technology, and ethical challenges. This may be the most exciting and transformative year yet at FPM Elementary. Episode 3 in our mini-series utilizes the management concept of classical decision-making. Jane identifies the problem of low test scores in the math department, as well as the opportunity to receive an increase in funding if they can improve those scores, consistent with step 1 in the model.
We need to evaluate and alter our teaching methods to improve academic scores. We will assign one teaching method to each class and see how they perform.
Step 2. They set a goal to consistently improve students' understanding and performance, which can be measured by how well they do on their exams. In step 3 of the model, Jane has the teachers describe the ways they have taught in the past and alternative techniques they could employ.
Can you each inform me of the teaching methods you will utilize for your class? Maybe something you have used in the past that you feel works best?
I usually give lectures, conduct group discussions and have my students complete practice questions from the textbook. I believe switching things up will engage them better since they lack a lot of motivation. I would ultimately like to take our students on a field trip the upcoming mathematical Olympiads for our county and enter them. I'm sure the competition will get them excited.
Taking the students on any field trips would be absolutely infeasible on our current budget.
As outlined in step 4, the teachers and administrators rule out ideas that are not financially feasible and will not produce improvement in student understanding. A potential solution is then enthusiastically selected, step 5, to be implemented, step 6, with plans to monitor and evaluate its impact on student learning, step 7.
Tom, please collaborate with Kate this afternoon and make a final decision on what objectives and criteria we will be analyzing in our lesson plans, and present them to us in the morning.
Episode 5 in our mini-series centers around the management concept of organizational innovation and change. Kate and Tom, the two math teachers, reveal their new lesson plans to the student body in the auditorium. They highlight how the students will benefit from the integration of technology in the classroom and how it will be implemented and utilized by the students.
Welcome students, adjustments to our math department are about to be implemented. Allow us to show you what Mr. Doe and I have come up with.
We have created a plan that will help you improve your testing skills using group-based modules in a way that incorporates technology into the learning experience.
They finish their presentation by reassuring the students and clearly displaying how excited they are to make this change, thus acting as a leading coalition. From there, the teachers use the day to answer questions and explain how to complete the first assignment, a round of competitive group math games. Initially, the students are flustered and intimidated by the sudden shift in how they are going to be taught. But with the teachers' constant support and reassurance, they give the new technology a chance. By the end of the day, they are all interested in the new hardware, actively communicating with each other, and motivated to learn more in order to improve their team's score. Kate and Tom share their results with each other, as well as with Jane and David, who are eager to hear about how the changes are handled long-term by the students.
My students were finally engaged in class.
And my students were communicating.
Group reflections. Completing this project has been fun. It was stressful, especially at the beginning of the semester, because being in an online group project, your class grade depends on how much your group members contribute. Even though all of my group members had other responsibilities, such as school or work, they were dedicated in completing this project. I am thankful that I was able to know and work with them in this class. Throughout the semester, we constantly communicated with each other about assignments, which led us to be an effective team. Communicating and having committed group members are critical in successfully completing this project. From Anissa Hazaj. The planning, production, and presentation of this project has taken more coordination than any other group project I have participated in. The management aspect of this course will not be forgotten. We demonstrated course concepts and worked together to become a high-functioning management group. I am so grateful to have a group that actively participates and wants to succeed as much as the other. We learned to use the concepts in producing this project, keeping us on track and productive until the end. By Paulius Lucas. This class has the ability to greatly strengthen a student's collaboration skills if they approach it with the right attitude and work ethic. For our group, everybody came prepared to work each week, and it greatly benefited my experience in the class. The level of communication and collaboration required for this project is much higher than any previous group project I have worked on, and I definitely have a feeling of accomplishment regarding it. I think this class does a great job of showing students what it takes for a team to function at a high level. By Joseph Huron. Honestly, I enjoyed the course and doing the group project. Although it may seem difficult at times when you're feeling overwhelmed with everything else in your life, I definitely think it's worth it. You're definitely risking a lot trusting others that help affect with your overall grade in the course, but I was lucky enough to have a group with such high dedication and work ethic as I do. I think we definitely learned a lot from each other, understanding different learning styles, flexibility, organization skills, and time management. It's more than just a group project. You're learning about yourself and others. The realization will definitely be an eye-opener. Jacinda Pansana. As a group, we had to integrate management concepts into our mini-series. And to adequately convey our message, we had to have a firm understanding of those concepts. But my, and I'm sure our, learning goes so much deeper with this project. While we talked often about management concepts, we, more importantly, had to practice those concepts as a team to put this project together, such as managing our time, delegating tasks according to each other's strengths and ability, and utilizing the diversity of knowledge that working with 6 people affords, while minimizing unproductive types of conflict. From Chloe Hayes. Looking back at this semester, our group seemed to evolve as each week passed. When we first started, it was very overwhelming to know that most of our grade would depend on how well your team worked together and made things happen. Communication played a big role this semester as each group member contributed plenty of hours in meetings and Skype calls. We learned from one another and took advantage of each other's qualities to become a productive and well-rounded team. By Sarah Rivera. As a group, we've come up with some recommendations for future students. Future students, you should take the time to get to know your group. Activities such as the group design challenges will be a great way to get to know the individual members of your team on a deeper level. These few people will become the basis for your grade in the class. We also recommend that you read ahead, or at least skim the chapter summaries, so you will be better able to coherently plan the concepts you will integrate in each episode for this project. And finally, manage your time well and look ahead for what you will need to start working on. This will significantly reduce the stress you all may face when working on such a big, semester-long project. Part of managing your time efficiently should include creating a meeting outline or objectives before beginning the meeting. This coordination will reduce unnecessarily wasting all of your valuable time.